Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. We are, I think we had some technical difficulties, but hopefully we're over that. So we're just making sure we're live, and this is the future of project management, the brand new project for the web. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us on a busy Friday afternoon. This is going to be a short webinar. The main purpose of it is to introduce the new environment and how it is used specifically. In our case, we're going to be demonstrating how it's used for the not for profits. And the agenda is I will go through some of the static slides, and then Alex.Rodov, our CTO, would actually do a real live demo of the environment. So let's begin. So what is the really why was this product created? You know, in the modern workplace, we kind of all projects, but obviously not everybody's trained to be a project manager per se. And of course, you want to manage work your way using the tools that you're familiar with and not having to retrain and learn brand new set of tools. Collaboration is critical this day and age. You know, everything is done within teams. And when I say teams, not necessarily teams as a software, but in a real team environment. Um, the data needs to be used effectively. Data resides everywhere. There's a mass of data. It has to be all gathered and reported on. And of course, we need to gather the data so we can make better decisions to run our business. And most platforms today really all see really basic data out there, which is nowhere near enough to make the decisions. And but really, there's a lot more to see to be able to really run the business and make those business decisions in a timely manner. So, what is the Microsoft solution? It's the whole ecosystem. It's the Office cloud with your common Office applications, anything from your Outlook to PowerPoints to Excels and Words. It's the Power Apps in the middle, the CRM and the ERP, and the Dynamics 365, and of course, is the Azure Secure Cloud that everything is running on. And it all comes together to create this sort of a secure and very collaborative environment where you work in teams, Planner, To Do, and SharePoint in your office, and it seamlessly integrates with Power Apps, produces business intelligence reports. You can manage your process using Flow, and of course run your projects on the web and use Azure DevOps and Azure boards. And it's all kind of comes together with a common data service or CDS. So, of course, teams work the way they want, and that is really the whole goal here is for the technology to enable the comfortable process that everyone is used to. And so the project management reimagined say is basically you everything is done in a collaborative fashion. Teams, workers, are working remotely for the most part. I think the numbers are that over 72% of the workforce by 2020 will be remote. You need to collaborate on the web real time on many different devices, whether it's your laptop, PC, or your mobile. And of course, everything has to be secured, and it is in the cloud. And this is where your modern work management suite comes in. It's the project, it's the planner, it's the most basic way. Microsoft Teams to collaborate, Power BI to produce reports, and of course, create your to-dos to take them with you anywhere. And this is a quick look, sort of the first look into project on the web. It's a fresh new experience. It runs seamlessly within the Teams environment that allows full collaboration among teams with persistent chats, file sharing, video calls, and everything that you need to be to maintain productivity. Intelligent planning by automating resource management, scheduling, real-time budget analysis. It's the AI-powered insights, anything from Power BI into building AI models. And of course, with the Power Apps and the workflows using Flow, you can automate a lot of the tasks and create governance within Teams environment. And this, just wanted to bring up a slide of what we actually do for the non-for-profit. This is our engagement with the local Michigan capital area chapter that we're actually providing managed services to. As you know, they are non-for-profit. You know, they're free of charge. We're enabling their users and helping them with their Office 365 and project environment. And like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of your time on static slides. And without further ado, I want to hand this over to Alex.Rodov, and he would walk you through a real live demo of the new project for the web environment.
Hey there, okay, finally. Okay, great. Hey there. Thanks for coming over, and hopefully this is going to be fun to look at a great new project for the web. Again, thanks for coming over, and let me actually start showing you some of the screens here. So I do like to let me actually move myself a little further. I do like to mention that Teams is becoming more and more adopting into the organizations here and there, and we like to bake things into Teams more and more so, and almost build in like email-free environments where folks are interacting and a lot of folks are working remote. So we try to make the environment more and more friendly to folks that are working remotely. So like I am myself with my headsets and here sitting in front of a camera, I can collaborate with a lot of you guys and be really efficient. So let me share a screen and share another screen, and basically this is where we're getting. Okay, great. So what we're looking at is basically our traditional homepage of Microsoft project, and when you are in your Office 365 environment and you have Microsoft project license, and there's all kinds of different licenses out there, and you click on this Microsoft project app here, this will essentially land you on that homepage. Yeah, there's all kinds of different things that you can do here, but primarily, very simply, what you can do is create a new project here. So what I wanted to show you, like if you do create a new project, and I have like a bunch of them here, the very cool interface. Let me just get into one of these projects. Very cool interface where you can very quickly get to set up a quick timeline, set up a quick list of tasks. You can even create, a WBS structure, and let's see, I can make this task under this one. So I can very quickly get to the list of tasks. And in the specific not-for-profit environments where we basically try to split our missions in a sense between the missions and fundraising. So this is where we come in as a project management part of it. Basically, by improving operations of the nonprofit organizations, we improving the amount of funds, amount of resources that become available for our mission. So it's a mission versus fundraising, and these are the initiatives that are going on. And the way we suggest to set up the project, the new project, is to first of all show you how quickly it is, and I do want to show you how quickly speedy this becomes for the project. Since this is a web-based interface, I want to show you how quickly it changes the interface. So even if I have two browsers open, I can quickly change something. This paperwork task in both browsers. If I click on this one browser, it does reflect it right away. It does check or uncheck it on the other browser. So I can very, very quickly update things online. So the project for the web, specifically the web portion of it, does basically highlights the speed with which all the new projects are going to be working on. This is really, really exciting. I know a lot of project managers have been waiting for this news to come over and actually get the speed, get the new modern look and interface of the new project. I will let you play with this a little bit more, but there are three major components here. Let me just actually quickly add another task. I'm just going to type something. This is really, really quickly getting me, allowed me to create new tasks. I can assign new folks to this project, or one or two. I can say how many days or hours it will be. I can say, estimate the effort, and I can add additional fields here as well. So this is the grid view. So there's another view, which is a board view. So the board view, right? That's great, right? That's what I mean. This has been a long coming feature, but now we can very quickly push all of this through the funnel of completion, not started, in progress, completed. Very, very simple, very, very easy to manage. So go back to the grid. We already see some of those completions that have been moved to the completion state. Now we go to the timeline. So the same timeline could be set up. And the timeline could be set up for this project and the dates, and we can very quickly move some of these things on the timeline. We can move them along by just dragging and dropping this. Very, very cool, right? And we can very quickly set up this dependency. So I can just drag and drop this, start to finish relationship, and make this complete. I can just make it a 0% complete. And now it's moving here and there, right? So I can very quickly move this task on the timeline and maybe link it to something else, right? So very, very quickly managing this timeline, the board with tasks dragging and dropping, and the grid easy to enter. Very cool, very simple, very easy to operate. So now what I wanted to also show you is how actually we can bake this into teams. And also, I'd like to show you how can we improve this and making it a little bit more enterprise. How can we start adding a little bit more of the custom fields in there? How can we add a little bit more governance around those projects? How can we create an ideation process? So sit tight. There's not much more for me to show you, and a lot of this I'm going to be doing in teams. Okay, so right now what I'm going to bring my teams up, and this is where I was actually using my Teams to talk to Yuri, so he was sharing this presentation with you through the Teams, and now we were streaming the whole thing on YouTube. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my Teams, and in my Teams I have my teams over here. So what do I have here? I have PPM 365 Central Team. This is my a Project Management Office Central Team location. And this is where we kind of keep all of our projects. Oh, you can see that some of these projects are very looking very, very mature at this point. So now, in my teams, I do have. I can also go to my project home and basically perform the same actions, the same steps that I did when I was creating a new project or getting into some of the projects. I can have different menus here where I can actually drill into a specific project, and in this case I'm looking at the specific project within my Teams environment. So in this case I'm not even leaving. I'm going to just actually move myself a little bit here. Oh, that's not the wrong thing to move. I'm move myself over here a little bit so you can see more of the Teams. So I'm not leaving the Teams environment, so I can actually have my PMO specific announcements, collaboration, and post it here. I can go to one of these pages, one of these menus to look at a specific project, or I can look at the Power PPM 365. This is our PPM 365. This is our product that we launching with the new project that will be able to give you a little bit more enterprise flavor of the PMO. So, but you can always, even if you look at the here's a list of projects from the portfolio perspective. Here's all kinds of ideas that you may have that you can run the new ideas that are coming in here, and then you can mature them into projects. But eventually, when you have all of these projects listed and you can click on one of them, this will get you to more advanced interface where you would be able to add more custom fields to it. You would be able to move your projects through the funnel of the stages of the governance lifecycle, right? Moving them like this, as well as you can always go back either to the web interface, kind of getting outside of the Teams. But let me bring you back to Teams here. So if I'm back in Teams, I can still, without leaving my Power App application, my PPM 365, I can right here use the same great interface, use the same great features of my board or of my timeline, the same exact way I was doing this for. By just doing it on the web. So using the same functionality. All right, and as you can see, there's all kinds of different non-for-profit flavors to it, where we have our missions separately organized, where we have our fundraising separately organized, we have our resources organized that we have in our company, in our non-for-profit, maybe our volunteers, we have our contractors and stuff like that, so we can assign them to different portions of our missions or fundraising events. We can also have all sorts of resource management capabilities where we can request some of the resources from different resource departments. All right. I don't want to dwell too much on this since this is getting into the PPM 365, but focusing back on the project for the web. This is very, very fast experience. For those of you who already have Project Online subscriptions, this will be already included in your subscription, so you will be able to get to here by, again, very quickly get into these steps. You can quickly go to the project homepage on your Office 365, find the project app, and click on New Blank Project. It will get you to a brand new project for the web experience. One other fact to mention here, since we're working with Teams, I'd like to just do one of the projects to push this to my Teams and create a channel for it. So basically, what I'd like to do is to find a project. Let's just say I'm going to work on this Gala project for the fundraising event, and at this point, I'd like to create a team just for this project. So in my specific case, I'd like to create a channel for this. So I'm going to basically push the button in one click. I'm going to create a team in Teams, right? So this would ask me to confirm. I'm going to confirm this, but here on the left-hand side, you see that I already have certain channels that are created, so I can run this flow. say, okay, so now there's going to be, here it is, right? So Gala project. I'm going to show this. So now this is basically a Gala project channel on my Power PPM list of different projects. I can this creates the collaborative environment where I can start focusing my collaboration just for this one project, putting files in there, maybe adding additional tabs and stuff like that. Without further ado, do want to again stress how everybody on our company and overall in the PPM community are excited about having this new interface. Again, this timeline. There's this board where you can quickly change the status of those projects, and you can very quickly add this to your add tasks to your project. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. So, like, what about the new custom fields, or how do we get the app, or how do we do this, or how do we do that? There's going to be a lot of communication from partners like us to the forums and to the video channel. So please feel free to subscribe to our channel, and you'll see more and more videos of how to do this or how to do that. With that. I'd like to turn it over back to Yuri.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks, everyone. And yes, this video, the broadcast, will be recorded and will be available to you on our YouTube channel. So do subscribe. And not do we only post this material, we also do provide a lot of tips and tricks, and there'll be more available on our website, on our social media channel, and everything. If you click down and look at the show notes, my email is there, Alex's email is there, links to all our social media is there. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, press the bell so you'll be notified when new videos are posted. And again, thank you for joining us.